Hi everyone, Jason Camps here with C Squared Racing. I want to do this quick video because I know a lot of you may not be really aware of what C Squared Racing is and where we came from and what our purpose is, because we're a little different from a normal race team. So I thought I'd do a quick video and give you guys a little background on me and how I formed the team and what we're all about. And it all starts in 2014 when I started racing. I was, a lot older than not when people normally would start their racing career. I was, well into my 30s at that point, and but I got introduced to autocross when I moved to Indianapolis. I didn't start earlier because where I grew up in the country, we didn't know. My cat is here again. Say hi to everybody, Ollie. Yes, I know he wants to be on the video too. You're messing up the focus. All right, I have had to do a quick jump cut there to fix the focus, but we're back. So Ollie's still here. Where I grew up, I didn't know where to start. I was a race fan. I liked NASCAR. He's upset. He's hissing at me. Yes, I know you're upset. Sorry. And I just didn't know where to get started. So I didn't. I enjoyed it. I watched it on TV. But hush. But getting involved and participating in it was just hard. People know how to get started if they want to play baseball or football. They know they play through the school and things like that. So racing was different. So I didn't start until I moved to Indianapolis, and of course it's racing crazy out here, and it's there's a lot more stuff going on. And someone I knew introduced me to SCCA and autocross, and instantly I got really interested in that. So in 2014 I ran my first race, started running full time in 2015, and then in 2016 there's a bug now. It's like Animal Kingdom down here. In 2016, we took the step of forming C Squared Racing. In 2015, actually at the end of 2014, when we first started, we realized that we were coming in with a lot less experience and a lot less resources than most of the people that were running against. And while it was fun to come out and have a little fun in my car, I'm a competitive guy, and I wanted to be in the fight. I wanted to have a shot. And our car wasn't as powerful as other people's cars. We didn't have the money to throw at it to do upgrades. We try to figure out what can we do to close that gap as much as possible. And we thought, well, it's motorsports. We need a sponsor. And typically at that point, autocrossers didn't really get sponsors, not unless they were running nationally. So it was kind of unusual to be going to companies and saying, hey, we want you to sponsor a local no-name driver. But we were able to put together a package that explained why it could work, and it did. And we started to get companies to come on board and help us out, and they provided us with parts that normally we wouldn't be able to afford, maybe services, access to people that normally wouldn't have. I got to do things like have some training laps with Alan Sir Jr. because the company that he was tied to also worked with us. Was able to get a lot higher end equipment, things like that. So connections to certain companies and distributors allowed us to have connections to other companies, and we were able to build this thing. And when we formed C Squared Racing in 2016, it was to grow the brand. Instead of being just about me, we wanted to be about the organization. And so we formed it. For those who don't know, the two C's in C Squared Racing, it's my wife and I. I'm sorry, last name is Camps. And it was just us at the beginning. And so we created this organization. And then the next year in 2017, we brought on a couple other drivers. They were other autocross drivers that I knew and that had raced against. And we decided, let's do something together as a team and pool our resources. And we did. And again, we found that it grew our potential. We had a lot more value to other companies doing that. And we were able to bring in even more sponsorship. And we were able to actually start to bring in some real money. And it was very good. And we started to win more events. We started to win championships, and we started to get our name out there and be known. I found that I started to get recognized places because of that and because of our social media activity. So that was pretty good. And we thought that's kind of how it would continue. But we realized that we needed to start thinking about younger talent. And in 2018, we started to think about, who's going to be that next generation. And this is where it kind of started to change for C Squared Racing, because instead of it just being an effort to help us, fund a hobby or to help us progress in our career, all of a sudden now we started to think outside of ourselves and started to think, what can we do for the next generation of racer? And we started to look at younger kids who wanted to come up and maybe introduce themselves to karting. The cool thing about autocross is that you can start off at 5-6 years old in junior karts and progress up to sports cars and other types of vehicles. So it's a great way to get your feet wet in things. It's a little bit cheaper sometimes to get involved than it is with typical karting. Less travel involved. I think that, or if nothing else, it's a great way to augment a traditional karting schedule. So we started to do that. We didn't quite end up bringing in who we thought we were going to bring in, but as a lot of you know, last year we started working with, or I guess I should say earlier this year, we started working with Kylea New, a dirt karter in Virginia. And all of a sudden we were not just autocross anymore. Now we were getting into something that was completely different. It was dirt instead of asphalt. It was ovals instead of road courses. It was karts instead of cars, and it forced us to have to shift and start to learn about new forms of racing and reach out and talk to different kinds of people about what we needed to do. And since then, we've started to get a lot more attention from people in the dirt world and the oval racing world. And what we are starting to do now is realize that that's really where we need to focus. And so what the team is really about now is less about drivers like me and more about that next generation. So we're looking for drivers that are earlier in the career that now want to get that start. Whether it's, hey, I'm a fan and I want to get into the sport and I don't know what to do, like I was back when I was a kid. Or maybe it's someone who's kind of got their start, but doesn't know how to sort of get off the ground floor. And, of course, I haven't been in racing for 20-30 years of my life. But we know, I know business, maybe more than I know the driving. So there's things there that we can help, the social media and stuff like that we realize that a lot of drivers don't necessarily know. A lot of drivers early on have the ability to drive a car, but maybe they don't know how to market themselves or brand themselves. So that's something that we feel like we bring to the table. And so that's what we started reaching out to these guys and saying, hey, do you want help with this other side? And even, hey, we can do some of that for you and start to form those partnerships. And that was a problem that we heard a lot of teams had is, hey, I can get a car around a track, but I don't know how to do social media. I don't know how to do graphic design and advertising and things like that. And that's the stuff that in today's day and age you really need in motorsports. There's a lot of partners out there. You need money to advance. You need networking and relationships and partnerships to advance. And while winning doesn't hurt, if you're not marketable, you're just not going to get there because those companies aren't going to want to work with you. So that's something we started to try and focus on. So, we now talk about C Squared Racing being more of a developmental program. We still have some older guys like me that run as part of it. I'm definitely the oldest driver, but we have some people that are in their adult years that still enjoy it as not a full-time job, obviously, but we still support them and we still look for those resources to help them. But we're also now turning our attention on the younger drivers who are at a different phase in their life and who maybe have that potential to move on, who have a lot of years ahead of them and are at that good age to start to develop now and to move on and kind of catch them when they're at that right time and hopefully be able to later graduate them towards a program that can take them even on to the next level. There's a lot of programs that can lead you to NHRA or can lead you to NASCAR or can lead you to IndyCar, but it's hard sometimes to find a program that gets you to those programs. And it's just like anything in your education. There's steps. There's elementary school, junior high, high school, college, and it's like that in motorsports too. And so we're going to help try and build up that ladder at the bottom to try and help people kind of get started. And it's something that I'm passionate about. I think we've got a lot of people that are interested in coming on board and helping us with that, and that's something that we've been working on kind of behind the scenes. And I can't talk about things that are going on right now. There's some things that are very early on, and a lot of them won't pan out, but some of them hopefully will, and we'll be able to roll out some new things for some of our clients in the future. But that's kind of who we are. That's C Squared Racing. That's how we got to where we are now, and what we're trying to do in the future and how to go forward. So keep track of us here on our YouTube channel. It's still under my name, Jason Camps. It's difficult to change the name over because I have to create an entire new Google profile, and I haven't done that yet. So for now, this is where we are until we get a new page set up. We are going to try and get a new website set up to kind of talk about some of this, and maybe we'll have some of this information on the website as well as some of our social media and resources and things like that, how to get a hold of us, and how to, if you're interested in joining the team, how to go about doing that kind of thing, and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll have all that, but stay tuned right here to this channel. Go ahead and subscribe. That would help us out a lot. Hopefully we'll bring you better content. We've got some videos coming out. In the past, we just kind of used this video or this channel as kind of a way to store lap videos that we would then post on Instagram or Facebook. So if you go through our channel, you'll see all those videos are there, and some of those are pretty cool. There's some neat 3D stuff and some 360 stuff, but it's not a lot of content that is helpful necessarily to you guys. So we're going to try and bring some more of that on here, and have more things like this where we kind of talk to you a little bit, and maybe do some fun stuff, do some helpful stuff, some informative stuff. Maybe we can even do some videos where we can give some young drivers out there kind of some tips, the kind of things that maybe we would share with our clients, just to kind of give you guys an idea of the types of things that we can teach. Maybe we'll do some profiles on some other resources that are out there that we know about, that we can point people to, things like that. So but we don't want to give away all of our secrets. Yeah, definitely stay here, subscribe, keep track, follow us. We've got an Instagram page, C2 Racing Team. We've also got a Facebook page. I'm on Instagram and Twitter, just under my name, @JasonCamps. So go ahead and follow me there. Kylia is also on Instagram as well. Look her up. And our other driver, Ryan Nansky, is on Facebook. So, and that's it for this video. And we will catch you on the next lap. Bye.